And nigga, be real to yourself before you real with anybody else. All right, gang, what's the deal? What's the deal? We back on the late night reaction. First of all, let me just pop off and just say it off the backboard. This is a Music Empire reaction. Y'all already know, hit me in the DM, in the PM, man, if y'all want to, knock them down. But anyway, let's get into it, man. Biggie has sacrificed, Diddy, correction. Diddy sacrificed Biggie's life, man. See what I'm saying? So now, everybody trying to look at this Tupac case, but you got to go back to Biggie case as well. There's no way that you can just look at Tupac's situation and not look at what happened to Biggie. You see what I'm saying? Because now the way it's starting to look like they had to knock Biggie down. Biggie had to die because of Tupac's death. You see what I'm saying? Tupac died over some gangbang shit that had nothing to do with him, right? Now, a lot of people might say that Biggie died because Tupac lied. Let's just say that off the backboard, right? First of all, shout out to everybody that's pulling up, man. But y'all could be anywhere, but y'all rocking with me. But let's get into it for a minute, right? Before we get into this reaction, gang. When we looking at this, mind you, everybody seen the movie. Everybody knew what happened. Gene was the security guard that had the convoy with him the night that Biggie died, right? Gene told Diddy that he had intel that somebody was trying to kill Biggie, right? Puffy ignored it. He wasn't finna show his show. He wasn't gonna show his hand, right? Let's just start right there. When we talking about Gene is the security guard that was on security detail the night Biggie died. He was watching Diddy and Biggie. Now, when they got caught at that light, remember, Diddy ran the light. As Diddy ran that light, the car pulled up and blew down that green Tahoe truck, right? Diddy left him. You see what I'm saying? Diddy knew that was the smoke signal right there for them to kill Biggie. You see what I'm saying? He knew Biggie was gonna die. He sacrificed Biggie's life. You see what I'm saying? And we finna get into this reaction. It's finna make sense. So y'all come on in with that good old comments, man, and we finna bust it down. Let's get it.
We get out, Puff pull out first. We pull out behind him. He blow past the light.
I never knew that you could feel so sad, feel so hurt, feel so empty.
His world, the rap world, and my world were completely opposite. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be listening to that music.
The world of hip-hop has witnessed its fair share of tragedy, and one of the most poignant chapters in its history is the untimely death of Christopher Wallace, better known as the notorious B.I.G. or Biggie Smalls. On the fateful night of March 9th, 1997, Biggie's life was tragically cut short in a drive-by shooting in Los Angeles, leaving a void in the rap industry and in the hearts of his fans that can never be filled. Lil Cease, a close friend and fellow rapper, was not only a witness to this tragic event, but also a key figure in the aftermath, shedding light on the circumstances surrounding Biggie's death.
Before you know it, a car just rolled up, start popping in the car. Didn't say nothing, didn't yell nothing. Just...
You understand what I'm saying? You gotta look at the details of all of this, right? Now, mind you, how did they know Biggie was gonna be in the front seat? 9 out of 10, most celebrities sit in the back seat. They don't want to be shown in the forefront. You see what I'm saying? We talking about the 90s. Niggas, come on. Biggie already knew. You understand what I'm saying? Biggie already knew that it was a West Coast war. Why would you sit in the front seat? You see what I'm saying? When we look at this, bro, all of this shit stems from Diddy. Diddy drove off. First of all, why would you leave? This is Biggie right here, bro. This is Biggie. Why would you leave Biggie at the light, nigga? He's the most important person on your label. You don't leave him. In fact, nigga, why did you separate? Y'all went to the parties together. Why did y'all separate and get in different cars? See, Lil C's know what happened, bro. Lil C's is the one that can really identify, mind you, that's his cousin. People, come on, we gonna get to it, man. This shit is crazy, bro. Let's go.
Shedding light on the circumstances surrounding Biggie's death.
Before you know it, a car just rolled up, start popping in the car. Didn't say nothing, didn't yell nothing. Just
In his account of what transpired that fateful night, Cease revealed that Diddy's car, which was right in front of theirs, he and Biggie ran the red lights, but Biggie's driver was instructed to stop. It is that reckless decision that granted the hitman the opportunity he needed to shoot the hypnotized hitmaker. And Cease is not alone in his account of what transpired that fateful night. Diddy's former bodyguard has also shed new light on Biggie's death, claiming his March 1997 wasn't a drive-by shooting. Gene Deal, who was part of Puff's security detail in the 90s, opened up about the night Biggie was ked in an interview with The Art of Dialogue.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that
and expressed his frustration at how the events leading to his death are portrayed in movies and documentaries. Contrary to popular opinion, Deal insisted that the Brooklyn rapper's untimely demise technically wasn't the result of a drive-by, as he believes the K, who has yet to be identified by police, was already lurking in wait prior to pulling the trigger. It just hurts because they lie too much. A lot of that be lies the way they put it together because they are listening to these white boys who wasn't even there, he vented. I don't want to make this racial, but they take these white boys who weren't even there and want to use the stories they want to tell, which is not the truth, he continued. Wasn't no drive-by. The car was standing there at the corner. The stories they tell are not truthful, and now people are sitting here believing. Every Biggie movie that you see, they say it's a drive-by. When the witness tells you the car was stood right there at the corner, the car was probably there all night. Gene Deal also recalled rushing to Biggie's aid after his GMC Suburban had been shot up by the driver of a black Chevy Impala, which had pulled up alongside it at a red light near the Peterson Automotive Museum in Los Angeles, where the bad boy hitmaker had attended a Soul Train Awards after party. According to Lil Cease and Gene, Diddy knew something was going down. Gene Deal warned him earlier, but he...
Right there. Think about it. Think about it. This was Diddy's guard detail. This was his security guard. This is the one that was on detail that day. Now, y'all had two separate cars, right? Okay, you had the convoy, and well, really, I don't know if it was 2 or 3 cars. If you had... It just don't make no sense, bro. Why would you separate from Biggie that night? Gene told Diddy, hey, listen, I got intel that somebody's gonna die tonight. Diddy ignored that sign. He ignored it. This is the one person that the puzzle, the clue to all of this that can really put out the truth without fabricating it. You see what I'm saying? It's no motive behind him. You see what I'm saying? This is just a regular guard that was getting paid to do his job. If he told you, hey, I got word that somebody coming up here to kill you, why would you ignore that? On top of that, he's saying that nobody drove up to the car. The car was already sitting there just waiting. You see what I'm saying? If you talking about downtown off of Wilshire, a lot of them dudes be parking on them side streets, right? I mean, on that right-hand side. I done did it a couple times. It's illegal, but you can do it. You see what I'm saying? So if they driving off and that car is already right there, Diddy, why did you smash off? You see what I'm saying? It's a car right there. They light that car up. Diddy, after they turn off and spin off, Diddy turn back around and check and see what happened. Bro, something's starting to stink. And this is why I say Diddy have to liquidate every asset that he have at this point. You got to start getting rid of if y'all notice, y'all starting to see Diddy get rid of everything. He getting rid of those publishing. From what they're saying, they saying that at that time, right, Biggie never owned any publishing to his music. So he was getting crumbs while his records was making millions of dollars. They said that Diddy was kind of mad that this man figured out a way to go on the outside of him. Biggie was writing music for Junior Mafia and all these other people so he could start getting publishing. You see what I'm saying? Because Diddy held all the publishing away from him. He was robbing him. He gave that nigga $25,000 that first check and starts, man, Diddy was playing these niggas the whole time. Let's go.
He ignored him. One theory that's never going away is that Diddy set up Biggie's because Biggie started writing songs for other artists so that he could get some publishing rights.
Boom.
Diddy owned the publishing of Biggie's albums and Biggie writing for other artists. That was his way of getting around that. The New York native also scouted for talent to put on his Big Beat record label instead of Bad Boy. Why do you think Junior Mafia?
Look, we all know the economy is out of whack. The government is printing more of these than any
Signed with Big Beat and not Bad Boy. Apparently, Biggie was doing a joint venture with Lance Rivera and running his own record label. He was preparing to leave Bad Boy as soon as he met his contractual obligations. According to Gene Deal, Puffy and Biggie were not homies. It was never a partnership. That was all for show. The reality was it was a boss versus employee relationship dynamic between Puff and Biggie, and Puff was the boss. Biggie got jerked around the same way everyone else on Bad Boy got jerked around, except Biggie got set up on his way out. The night of his death, Biggie and his entourage went to a Soul Train Awards after party sponsored by Quincy Jones and Vibe magazine at the Peterson Automotive Museum in Miracle Mile. Diddy later recalled that none of his Bad Boy Records peers felt the posh area posed any danger before the rapper's death. Despite the fire department shutting things down for being overcrowded at 12:30 a.m., Biggie left in good spirits after posing for pictures with fans. Trickling into 3 cars, Diddy and his bodyguards filled the lead SUV while Big and his crew jumped into a Suburban, both trailed by security in a Chevrolet Blazer. After the Bad Boy founder rushed through a yellow light on Wilshire Boulevard and Fairfax Avenue, Biggie and his security were left idling on red, sitting in the passenger seat. That's when a white Toyota Land Cruiser wedged itself between the 2 cars, and a Chevrolet Impala pulled up alongside the rapper to fire 4 shots. An hour into March 9th, Biggie Smalls was dead. Among his entire crew, no one was as badly affected by Biggie's death as Lil Cease. The story of Lil Cease and Biggie Smalls.
That's why all of this shit is finna start being out in the open. He ignored that. Now, let's be clear. Now, Gene is going to testify. Now, this. Remember, we talked about Zip. We talked about Eric Zip Martin, right? He's dead. Now, when we get to the security detail, which was the main security guard at that time for Diddy, is Gene. Gene have did dozens of interviews on multiple platforms saying the same thing. His story is consistent. You see what I'm saying? He have not dropped a beat. Why would we find, how can we disdraw what his statement is when he's saying the same thing? He's been saying the same shit since the 90s. If you go back, I looked at one of the videos, he said the same. Listen, most of the time when you do interviews, you're doing interviews for different platforms. It's 9 out of 10 is going to be the same story just for a different platform. Everything that he said, it was all consistent. Everything. I'm talking about Gene laid down the whole blueprint. He showed that it was not a drive-by. Them dudes was already parked right there before Puffy and Biggie's convoy pulled up to that light. Once they got close to that light, Diddy took off. You see what I'm saying? Boom, which leaves Biggie right there. Them dudes open up, blew them boys down, but you knew exactly where to hit. How did y'all know where Biggie was going to be at in that car, man? The timing was too perfect. You see what I'm saying? So when everybody's talking about, oh, well, it was no, bro. Come on, man. Diddy knew this. On number one, you ignored the signs. You ignored your security informed you that I got detail that somebody was coming to kill y'all. You see what I'm saying? You ignored that shit. And when y'all pulled off, y'all seen that car right there at that light. You ran the light so they could miss it. They blew that boy down. It's no way that you can't say that you didn't have nothing to do with that, man. You see what I'm saying? Now, this is the cold thing. Diddy knew that somebody was coming to kill him, but you got to realize they're saying that the nigga from Compton did it. Nigga named Poochie, some rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? From Ludus Park. Now, that was in retaliation of Tupac getting killed. You see what I'm saying? So, when it was perfect timing. He knew that they was coming to kill him. He got out the way and sacrificed Biggie. That's the way it's looking so far, gang. Let's go.
Began in the gritty neighborhoods of Brooklyn, New York. Both young men came from tough backgrounds, navigating the challenges of poverty, crime, and adversity. Born as James Lloyd in 1977, Lil Cease hailed from Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn, while Biggie was born in neighboring Clinton Hill in 1972. They were brought up amidst the turbulence of the 1980s crack epidemic, a time when their surroundings were fraught with danger and temptation. But despite their differences in age and background, Cease and Biggie quickly forged a deep bond. Their friendship transcended the typical definitions of companionship, becoming more akin to a brotherhood. They shared not only their dreams of rap stardom, but also their struggles, joys, and fears. They found solace in each other's company and the shared aspiration of escaping the harsh realities of their Brooklyn neighborhood.
Man, look how y'all just look. Biggie was 20, it was 25 years old. Everybody that's probably much on this live is damn near 25 and older for sure. Look, he just I don't know. That nigga, man, Biggie was a big ass nigga, man. For 25, look at them jeans. Look how big the motherfucking jeans is on Biggie. This ain't no, hey, them motherfuckers big, but two people could jump on one side. Nigga, 25? That's a gorilla, nigga. That nigga, come on, bro. Come on, bro. It's no way in hell, man, that, you know, let me stop. Come on, let's go.
Neighborhoods. Their relationship was built on a foundation of trust and mutual respect. Biggie's talent as a lyricist and storyteller was evident from a young age, and Cease recognized his friend's potential even before the world did. This unwavering belief in Biggie's talent would play a pivotal role in both of their journeys. When Big started making waves in the rap scene, he didn't forget his friend Cease. In fact, he brought him along for the ride. Together, they formed Junior MAFIA, Masters at Finding Intelligent Attitudes, a hip-hop collective that would become synonymous with the mid-1990s East Coast rap resurgence. The crew consisted of close friends and associates, but Lil Cease held a special place as Biggie's right-hand man. Junior MAFIA's debut album, Conspiracy, released in 1995, featured contributions.
Want to create professional videos effortlessly? Head over to our1.ai.
From both Biggie and Cease. Tracks like Players Anthem and Get Money showcased their undeniable chemistry. The latter track, featuring Lil Kim, remains an iconic anthem of that era, with Lil Cease's distinctive voice complementing Biggie's lyrical prowess. While the friendship between Lil Cease and Biggie Smalls flourished, the rap world was embroiled in a fierce and tragic rivalry between the East Coast and West Coast hip-hop scenes. The East Coast, led by artists like Biggie and Jay-Z, and the West Coast, represented by Tupac Shakur and Dr. Dre, were locked in a bitter feud that would ultimately lead to violence and loss. Cease and Biggie found themselves caught in the crossfire of this feud. Tupac, a former friend of Biggie's, had accused him of orchestrating a 1994 shooting in which he was wounded. The tension escalated, and Tupac's untimely death in 1996 further fueled the rivalry. Biggie, too, would tragically lose his life in Los Angeles just months later. The loss of Biggie was a devastating blow to Lil Cease. It not only took away his friend and mentor, but also left a void in the rap world that would never be filled. In the aftermath of Biggie's death, Cease faced the daunting task of carrying on his friend's legacy. He continued to make music and remained active in the hip-hop scene, but the absence of Biggie loomed large. Cease's solo efforts, such as his debut album, The Wonderful World of Cece Leo, were met with mixed success. Despite the challenges, he remained committed to preserving the memory of his fallen friend. He continued to pay homage to Biggie in his music, ensuring that his friend's influence lived on through his own work. In the years following Biggie's death, Lil Cease found himself at odds with some of Biggie's family and friends, particularly Biggie's mother, Valletta.
Now this is finna. Now watch this. Watch this. Mind you, they just put Diddy. Diddy is on the indictment list. Diddy is finna get indicted real soon. First, what they trying to do is they trying to see if they got enough evidence. They look right now. Suge said, if you find out who killed Tupac, you gonna find out who killed Biggie, right? But this is the thing. I kind of believe now Suge might have something to do with the retaliation is because why? A Pyru nigga killed Biggie. You see what I'm saying? It's a nigga named Poochie, a nigga named he from Ludus Park, Pyru. Now it's documents, it's videos showing that Suge Knight have gave this nigga cars, house, money, and all that shit. This is a nigga from Ludus Park. He ain't part of Death Row, none of that. He was just a neighborhood assassin. He was a young killer, a murder for hire. You see what I'm saying? And now all of this shit popping out, this nigga get killed. Everybody blame him. On top of that, you still buy this nigga cars and houses and all that. Watch how Poochie names start to come around with all of this. But first, who go really get on this? Miss Wallace and Faith. Faith definitely gonna have to testify. Not only just Faith. Stevie J gonna have to get caught in this shit. Stevie J was around. See, a lot of people don't even know what Stevie J role was with Biggie. That and Puffy. Actually, Puffy, my bad. But man, pay attention, man. Miss Wallace, yeah, she still ain't got justice for her son. She not finna stop. She still got air in her lungs. She's definitely finna make sure that this nigga get backdoored because at the end of the day, Diddy backdoored majority of every Lil C's, Junior Mafia, Lil Kim. Nobody had they publishing. Nobody got anything. Diddy kept it all for himself. Mace tell you what Mace say. Puffy kept everything in his mama's name. That was one hell of a play. When you got it in your mama's name, you can file for whatever. You don't have any assets. It's in your mama's name. They can't touch it if it's in your mama's name, bro. Yeah, Diddy going, man, listen to me. Man, Diddy, man, what? Well, you better go. Woo, man, hey, man. Hey, and you know what's up behind the walls, man. Them niggas that like chili on their hot dog. Them the niggas that be really behind the walls, man. So, man, all right, let's go.
Wallace. Legal battles and disputes over the use of Biggie's likeness strained relationships within the junior MAFIA camp. However, time brought healing and reconciliation. Cease and Ms. Wallace eventually found common ground, recognizing that their shared love for Biggie should prevail over any disagreements. The rapper's efforts to honor Biggie's memory were sincere, and as the wounds of the past began to heal, he was able to rebuild bridges with those who had once been at odds with him. Biggie's childhood was marked by the struggles of a single-parent household. His mother worked tirelessly to provide for her family, often holding multiple jobs to make ends meet. Growing up in a neighborhood plagued by crime and poverty, Biggie was exposed to the harsh realities of street life from a young age. Despite the challenging circumstances, he exhibited an early talent for storytelling and wordplay. He began honing his lyrical skills in the hallways of his high school, George Westinghouse Career and Technical Education High School. It was here that he adopted the moniker Biggie Smalls, inspired by a character from the 1975 film Let's Do It Again. As he navigated the pitfalls of his environment, Biggie found solace and a sense of purpose in his music. His lyrics became a canvas through which he could paint vivid pictures of the life he had known and the struggles he had faced. His unique storytelling ability, combined with his distinctive flow and commanding presence, set him apart from the burgeoning rap scene of the early 1990s. His big break came when he was discovered by Sean Puff Daddy Combs. Diddy, a rising star in the music industry, recognized Biggie's raw talent.
Forget real estate returns of 7 to 15%. If you're serious about building passive cash flow, then
and signed him to his newly established record label, Bad Boy Records. This pivotal moment marked the beginning of a partnership that would change the course of hip-hop history. Under Puff Daddy's guidance, Biggie began to refine his craft and shape his unique sound. His debut single, Party and BS, released in 1993, served as a preview of the lyrical prowess that would soon captivate the rap world. However, it was his debut album, Ready to Die, released in 1994, that catapulted him to stardom. Ready to Die was a groundbreaking and introspective album that showcased Biggie's storytelling abilities. Tracks like Gimme the Loot and Everyday Struggle delved into the harsh realities of street life, while songs like Juicy and Big Papa exhibited his versatility by incorporating elements of R&B and soul into his music. The album was both a critical and commercial success, earning Biggie widespread recognition and establishing him as a force to be reckoned with in the rap industry. One of the key aspects of his rise to stardom was the development of his larger-than-life persona as the Notorious B.I.G. This alter ego was a reflection of the duality of his life, the struggle and hardship of his upbringing in Brooklyn, juxtaposed with the opulence and extravagance that came with his newfound fame. The Notorious B.I.G. was a persona that commanded attention. His imposing physical presence, standing at over 6 feet tall and weighing close to 300 pounds, added to his mystique.
God damn.
He often rapped about his luxurious lifestyle, including designer clothing, expensive cars, and lavish parties. This contrast between his past and present created a captivating narrative that drew listeners in and made them eager to hear more of his stories. What set Biggie apart from many of his peers was his authenticity. While he rapped about the trappings of success, he never lost touch with his roots. He remained deeply connected to the streets of Brooklyn, often returning to his old neighborhood to visit friends and family. This authenticity resonated with fans who could relate to his experiences and struggles. While Biggie's music often celebrated the excesses of his newfound wealth and fame, it also served as a form of social commentary. He used his platform to shed light on the systemic issues that plagued his community and communities like it across America. In songs like Things Done Changed and Suicidal Thoughts, the rapper explored the harsh realities of growing up in poverty and the desperation that often accompanied it. He spoke about the impact of drug addiction, violence, and the lack of opportunities for young people in his neighborhood. Through his music, he provided a voice for those who felt marginalized and overlooked by society. Biggie's storytelling abilities were particularly evident in his ability to paint vivid pictures of life on the streets. His lyrics were filled with gritty details and vivid imagery, allowing listeners to step into his world. This narrative style not only set him apart from his contemporaries, but also made his music relatable to a broad audience. To this day, his remains one of the most significant unsolved mysteries in hip-hop history. While his death marked the end of an era, his legacy continues to thrive. Biggie's influence on the rap genre is immeasurable. His storytelling abilities and lyrical prowess.
All right, y'all. Yeah, so that's where we at with it, man. So y'all be on the lookout, man. It's too many key players that's finna start popping up with this whole situation. We know for sure that Diddy's finna get indicted, right? We know now that they talk on Tupac end, they're talking about Zip Martin. Zip Martin plays a key factor because he's from New York. He's from Harlem. So on that note, man, I want to thank y'all pulling up for rocking with me. Y'all could be anywhere, but y'all right here rocking with me. I got to get to this editing, man. But if y'all ain't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Y'all know how we coming, we rocking, and we putting it. Hey, listen, we don't give angles, man. We just give our, our opinions, and we rocking out with this gangbang shit, man. So I'll see y'all on the next one. Okay.